Chapter 9. Soil. Soil is the topmost layer of the Earth's crust which is visible to us. It is very important for living beings and is one of the most important valuable resources present on the Earth. As we know, plants need soil to grow, and all the living beings directly or indirectly are dependent on the plants for food, oxygen, and many other things. Plants take minerals and water from the soil required for their growth. Many insects and animals also get shelter in the soil. Natural forces like the sun, water, and wind act upon the rocks to break them into smaller pieces and sand. This sand is a fine powder. It is carried away by wind and water to different places where it gets mixed with organic matter and minerals to form the soil. Types of soil. Soil is divided into sandy, clayey, and loamy soil. Sandy soil. It is made up of coarse particles. It is light and dry and does not hold water. As the water flows down from it, the nutrients are also carried away with it. It needs regular addition of fertilizers. Extremely fine sand is called dust. Dust helps in the production of rain as the water condenses around dust particles to form clouds. Clay soil. It is made of fine particles having the capability of holding water in them. But clay soil forms lumps, which means it becomes heavy and sticky when water is added to it. It consists of nutrients in good quantity because of the retention of water in it. This kind of soil is used for making pots. Loamy soil. It is rich in nutrients and can hold moisture. It consists of good qualities of both sandy and clayey soil. Therefore, this is the best soil for plant growth. Formation of soil. As we have read that soil is formed due to the action of sun's heat, wind, and water. Big rocks get constantly heated up by the sun and cooled down by wind and water. Due to this, they develop cracks. When water gets into these cracks, it freezes and becomes ice in cold weather and exerts pressure on the rocks. As a result, they break into smaller pieces, and when these pieces rub against each other, they form a powder called sand. When this sand gets mixed with dead plants and animals, it is converted into soil. This process is known as weathering. Soil formation is a very slow, long, and continuous process as it takes thousands of years to form a layer of soil. Fact file. The process of soil formation is called pedogenesis. Composition of soil. Soil is made up of a number of components. They are soil particles, gravel, sand and clay, humus, dead plants and animals, minerals, water, moisture, air, and many tiny organisms like bacteria and fungi. Earthworms also live in soil. These earthworms keep turning the soil by burying in it. This way they make it loose and airy. They also help to bring the nutrients buried deep inside to come up with their movement, making the soil fertile. These nutrients are required for the good growth of plants. Hence, earthworms are also known as the farmer's friend. Fungi and bacteria are also useful for the soil as they act upon the dead plants and animals, breaking them to release minerals, thus increasing the fertility of the soil. Activity. Pour some water into a glass and add a handful of soil to it and stir. Now, leave it undisturbed for some time. You will observe layers of soil particles of different sizes in the glass. Soil profile. Soil has various layers. These layers of soil form the soil profile. It consists of 3 layers: topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. Topsoil. This is the uppermost layer of the soil. It is made up of fine particles of sand and clay. Hence, it is porous in nature. It consists of lot of humus and many minerals which make the soil fertile. Plants grow in the topsoil as they get all the nutrients required for their growth in this layer along with water. Subsoil. This layer lies below the topsoil. It contains large bits of rock, hence is harder than topsoil. It contains very little humus but has many minerals. The roots of some big trees generally grow up to this layer. Bedrock. This is the third layer of the soil. It consists of large pieces of rocks which are partially weathered. It is present quite deep inside the earth. Fact file. A pebble is a small stone which is smooth and rounded. Pebbles and gravel are used for decorations at home and many other places. They are also used for making roads. Importance of soil. 1. Plants and trees get nutrients and water from the soil which they need for their growth. 2. All living beings need food to grow and oxygen to live. Plants grow in soil while animals get food from the plants, so indirectly animals also depend on the soil. Again, when plants grow and perform photosynthesis, oxygen is released. Hence, soil plays an important role in the life of living beings. 3. Water when seeps down into the earth gets filtered through the layers of soil. 4. Many organisms live in soil like rabbits, moles and snakes. Microorganisms living in the soil convert waste and dead material into humus and maintain the fertility of soil. 5. Soil has large deposits of minerals and metals inside it. 6. Soil is used for making porcelain dishes, earthen pots and bricks. Soil erosion. The topsoil is rich in humus and is made up of fine sand. This topsoil is carried away by wind and water to different places, thus decreasing the fertility of soil. The removal of the fertile topsoil by the action of wind, water and other sources is called soil erosion. Factors responsible for soil erosion. Let's read how water, wind and other factors cause soil erosion. Water. Water in the form of rain and running water bodies causes soil erosion. When it rains heavily, the fertile topsoil is washed away with water, causing soil erosion. In hilly areas, rain causes more damage as water flows down the slope very fast, carrying away most of the topsoil into the rivers. Rivers in the hilly areas flow down with great speed, carrying fertile soil along with it. When these rivers reach the plains, they slow down and deposit all the soil on their way along their banks. If the amount of soil carried away from the hills is more by the rivers, then it may cause them to change their course, way. As a result, floods can take place, causing loss to life and property. Wind. In the areas like deserts where plants are less, the blowing of wind takes away the fertile soil. It also takes the sand along with it and deposits it over a fertile area, making it barren. A dust storm is an example of soil erosion by fast-moving wind. It increases the desert area by reducing the fertile area. Human activities. Soil erosion by wind and water are natural processes. The soil removed by them is compensated by the soil formed by them. But nowadays, many human activities also result in soil erosion. A. Deforestation. The cutting of trees in large number is called deforestation. Humans cut trees to make factories which release their harmful waste products in the soil, thereby causing soil erosion. Also, they cut down trees for wood and for construction of buildings. Due to this, the topsoil becomes loose and is easily carried away by wind. The process of soil formation is very slow as compared to the process of removal of fertile soil in the nature. B. Overgrazing. Overgrazing by cattle when they are left to graze on the land also decrease the number of plants and vegetation that hold the soil particles with their roots. Thus, soil erosion is increased. C. Forest fires are also one of the main reasons for making the land barren by burning tree cover of the land. D. Plowing and other poor farming methods which loosen the soil also increase soil erosion. Soil conservation. Protection of soil from erosion is known as soil conservation. You have read that plants need soil and nutrients to grow. If this fertile soil with nutrients gets eroded, then where will these plants grow? If there are no plants, then how will life exist on earth? So it is our responsibility to take steps to conserve the soil. We can take simple steps to conserve the soil. Afforestation. Planting trees is the easiest way of soil conservation. Afforestation, i.e., planting trees in large numbers, should be done. In hilly areas, trees and grasses help in binding the soil particles by their roots. Trees also lower the speed of wind, thus helping to reduce soil erosion caused due to wind. Planting more trees than we cut, if required, in forests is known as reforestation. Step farming. This is also called terrace farming. In this method, farming is done by making small steps of land in hilly areas. This slows the washing down of soil, and also the soil eroded at one step gets deposited at another step. Soil cover. The land or field should not be kept barren. Something should always be planted there, or they should be covered with something to stop soil erosion by wind. River embankments. Soil erosion by rivers can be stopped to an extent by constructing dams which slow down the speed of water. Strong embankments should also be made which will prevent soil erosion caused due to floods at the river banks. Stopping overgrazing. Only a particular area should be given for grazing. Other areas should be protected from the cattle by barricading, which will decrease soil erosion. Crop rotation. Different types of crops should be grown from time to time so that the soil can recover the minerals that one crop has used. This process is called crop rotation. Use of natural fertilizers. Use of organic or natural fertilizers like cow dung and compost increases the fertility of soil. Fact file. Earth Day is celebrated every year on the 22nd of April. Plant a tree on this day. Things to remember. Soil is formed due to weathering of rocks. Soil is of three types: sandy, clayey and loamy. Soil consists of many components like soil particles, humus, dead plants and animals. Soil provides food, clothes and many other useful things to us by growing plants in it. It also provides shelter to many organisms like earthworms, fungi, bacteria, etc. Soil consists of three layers: topsoil, subsoil and bedrock. Due to some natural factors like wind and water, the fertile topsoil is blown or washed away. Soil erosion has increased due to many human activities like deforestation and poor farming methods. Overgrazing by cattle is also a factor responsible for soil erosion. We can conserve soil by afforestation, reforestation, providing soil cover, step farming, building dams and embankments on river, crop rotation, and by stopping overgrazing.